What do you think? What do you think? You try eating that way? Oh, is that yummy? Ooh. Sophie here, and we are here for Sophie's 6-month update. She is a half a year old now. Just thought I'd give you guys a little update on how she's been doing and her latest developments, because there have been a lot of them lately. Haven't there, little miss? Yeah. She's definitely been growing. This is one of her 6-month clothes that she's just about to outgrow, but I love it. Isn't it so cute? It has these little frilly things on the legs, and oh, I'm gonna miss it. So I wanted to put her in it one more time before we switch out to the 6 to 9 month clothes, because she's just about to outgrow these 6-month clothes, especially in the pajamas. She's had a lot of big developments this month, and the first being that she is very proficiently sitting now. For the most part, she can stay up all by herself, no problem, without any support. Occasionally she still will fall over and she'll kind of like fall into her side and whatnot now and then, but for the most part she can sit up by herself with no support for a long time. So she's getting really good at that, and she loves just sitting there and watching her brother play. And speaking of watching her brother, she is like trying to crawl, guys. Like, she's not actually crawling, but like she really wants to keep up with him. She'll look like a little turtle on her belly with her, you know, little hands and legs going, and she's kind of sitting there on her belly. It's really cute. And she's, you know, like reaching to try and grab things now, and she's like almost trying to push off with her feet. So, you know, she's not crawling, but she is trying. Like I said before, like I feel like it's just going so much faster with her. One, because she's second child and I'm just like so much busier now. I can't like savor it quite as much as I could the first time around with Alex, and it just feels, you know, because I'm so busy, it's just going, you know, these milestones are just flying by. And two, she's hitting them a lot faster than Alex did. He was, you know, he's always been very verbally advanced, but like physically behind. And so he didn't crawl like full out. I mean, he did an army crawl for months and months and months, but he didn't do a full out crawl until he turned a year, and then he didn't walk until he was 18 months. So we think she's gonna, you know, be doing that stuff a lot sooner, because she's already sitting a month sooner than he did, and is already showing, you know, she's trying to do the army crawl now. So, oh, you're trying. Oh, you're trying. Oh, it's so frustrating because you just have places to go and people to see. You want to crawl so bad. So that's definitely a difference in being a second born, is you want to keep up with your older brother, don't ya? You just want to keep up with your older brother, don't ya? And you can see she's very curious. She's always like looking at things, and she's just like last month, she's just grabby, and anything that gets in her little radius, she just grabs it and straight into the mouth it goes, huh? So we think that she's working on some teeth, because the slobber is just unreal still. She just really goes to town on like her little teethers and everything. She still is like, you know, she's like really chewing hard on them, and she likes the little ice teethers and whatnot too. So even if they aren't poking through yet, she's definitely working on some teeth in there, aren't ya? Yeah. Thing this month is that we started her on solids. Now that she's 6 months, we actually started her, you know, like 6 days shy of her 6-month birthday, but she was so eager to eat food. Like every time that we were all sitting down to eat, like she would just be like watching the food, like, you know, go from our plate to our mouth, and she'd be like looking at it and like grabbing at it, and she just wanted that food so bad, huh? She was so eager, and so we just started her last week, just a little bit shy of her 6-month birthday, and she is all over that. So in terms of how we are feeding her, with Alex we did mostly purees. Oh, yeah, you want to chew on Mommy's finger? Yeah, nom nom nom. I was convinced like that's the best way to get like the most nutrition into him. I wasn't, at that time I wasn't entirely convinced by baby-led weaning. Like I thought, oh, you know, they don't get enough nutrition into them that way if they're just, you know, sucking on a carrot or an apple or whatever. But now I see the wisdom in it, because my son does not want to eat pieces of fruits and vegetables. Like he eats pieces of other things, meat and, you know, crackers and that kind of thing. But like he will not eat a piece of fruit or vegetable. And so that's just been like a huge battle with us. And now I'm like, oh, that's why people do baby-led weaning. And so, I mean, he eats a good variety of foods, but he is very picky about texture now. And I'm just hoping that if we do a little bit more baby-led weaning with her, that she will, you know, maybe be a little more into eating pieces of fruits and vegetables. So we've definitely been doing that. I'll insert some clips here.
Sophie's first food is avocado mashed up mixed with breast milk.
Right. Solid food.
Oh.
Ooh, it's a key.
What's that?
I don't know.
Is that good?
I don't
Mommy,
know.
milk it. Oh, give me some more, Mom.
Oh, we're finally giving in to your wish.
Oh my gosh, she's going for it.
We were sitting around your barbecue down
Doing
there
that
giving.
Yeah,
with
but
Alex.
Yeah, but it was not a ripe.
Yeah, it was an unripe avocado.
It's the belly button. And you got the belly button.
I sure do, buddy.
Is that good? Is that good stuff?
Yum. What do you think? We're trying avocado in a different form. What do you think? What do you think? You try eating that way? Oh, is that yummy? Ooh, think of the sweet potato. Got a little sweet potato and carrot and breast milk. What do you think? What do you think? You have a funny little thing with your tongue and your lips.
Just going to be doing like a little more heavy emphasis on the baby-led weaning, but just putting in purees more on the side, just for more of the nutrition. But having the majority of it being, you know, things that she's chewing on and playing with herself. And so, yeah, so her first food was avocado, and I just mashed it up and mixed in a little bit of breast milk and gave that to her. I don't believe in doing rice cereal or starting grains. This is kind of following the diet that we follow, like the Weston A. Price traditional diet. They more recommend starting on, you know, fruits and vegetables and actually, you know, animal products pretty early on, being specifically with like meat, bone broths, and like egg yolk and that kind of thing. So after we gave her the avocado, I actually did start giving her a little bit of egg yolk, just like soft boiled. You know, it's hot but not cooked all the way through, and just feeding it to her on a spoon that way. And you weren't quite sure what to make of that the first time, huh? But then the second time she was a little more into it. She's got to chew all the time, huh? And chew on Mommy's hand. Nom nom. I've been trying a few other variety of things. We have those little munchkin mesh bags where you just like put a piece of food in there and they can chew on them without worrying about them choking. I think that's going to be a really good tool for us in doing more baby-led weaning this time. Put pieces of avocado in there. We gave her a piece of banana in there. She loved the banana. And I eat an apple almost every day at lunchtime, and so I just, you know, when she was in my lap, I just let her suck on a big piece of apple while I was right there with her. and she loved the apple. It was one of the apples off of our tree, so it was really sweet and really flavorful, and she just was all over that. So, you know, every few days we are adding a new food just to make sure there's no adverse reactions or anything. With Alex, we didn't give him any grains until he was a year old. The idea behind that being those first foods that they have are like a foundation for how they're going to eat for the rest of their lives, and it sets their tastes and everything. And so you really want those first tastes to be like really wholesome, healthy things. So mainly fruits, vegetables, and like meats, that kind of thing. And you know, we don't want to set our kids up for a life of carb addiction, like many of us. As you know, I'm trying to eat paleo to lose baby weight right now, but I definitely have a weakness for carbs. All right, we're gonna take a little nursing break here. You can see she's a thumb sucker. Sometimes she has a hard time deciding if she wants to nurse or suck her thumb. Yeah, it's a hard decision to make, isn't it? So nursing is still going well. I am really glad that we are starting her on solids though, because I have been having a hard time keeping up with her with my supply. You know, she's gotten to the point where she is like, you know, consuming the maximum amount of milk that she's going to. And I'm just having a hard time keeping up. And I'm still pumping every night, and then the following night I give her a bottle full of pumped milk. And I've started having to dip into my freezer stash just because I haven't been producing enough the night before for her to have a full 8-ounce bottle, because she will consume a full 8-ounce bottle now before bed. So yeah, so I've been tapping into that. So I'm really glad that I had this like crazy oversupply in the beginning, because now I have a freezer full of milk now that my supply seems to be going down a little bit. So I'm thankful for that. I have been taking fenugreek, although it was causing me some digestive issues, strangely enough. So I backed off of that a little bit. And I think it was helping my supply increase a little bit, so it's gone back down a little, but it's still fine. During the day I definitely have enough milk for her. So speaking of the bottle, I have stopped doing the hind milk. I think I mentioned that before. You know, I had mentioned that I was pumping mostly hind milk and putting that in the bottle just because it's thick and it's like the thick fatty stuff, and it was really helping her sleep through the night at the beginning when I was doing that. But now that she is, you know, really established in a night routine, we don't really have a need for the hind milk anymore, and I can't keep up as it is, so I'm just giving her regular milk at bedtime, a bottle full of regular milk. So talking about sleep, she did have a little bit more of a sleep regression at 5 months than 4 months, which is exactly what happened with Alex, which is interesting. Which, you know, being said, is not a huge sleep regression. She just had like, you know, a week or so when she would wake up once or twice at like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I'd nurse her and she'd go right back down. But before she wasn't doing that at all. And then after that week, she just went back to sleeping all the way through the night. She usually goes to bed around 8. She gets really cranky at 8 o'clock, and it's like I used to be able to put her to bed after Alex, but now I've flipped it. I have to put her to bed first when I'm by myself, because she just gets so cranky at 8 o'clock. And so she's usually asleep by 8:30. And then she almost every night she sleeps solid until about 6:30 or 7. And at that point, I get her up, and we usually get up at 8:39. Like I said, we're night people. We like to sleep in a little bit more. And so I bring her into bed with me at 6:37, nurse her, and I turn on the white noise in our bed, and she falls asleep with us until we get up at 8:30 or 9. And so that works out really well. And on occasion, when she doesn't fall back asleep in the morning, she's just so good. She just lies there quiet because she loves snuggling with mom in the morning. She just loves it. So and I love it too. It's just our special little time, that hour in the morning when we snuggle in bed and I go back to sleep, and most of the time she does too. So I guess that's the extent of our bed sharing right there, is that hour in the mornings.
Are we done now? Are we satisfied?
Anyway, so that's how it's going with sleep. In terms of naps, she really, like, you know, when she was, 4 months, she was really getting into like a good 3 nap a day schedule. And then 5 months hit, and she was just like, her nap schedule just went forget about that. And she was doing cat naps all day, even when I was like trying to keep her in a schedule and like swaddling her and putting her in the crib and turning on the white noise and everything. She was still just doing cat naps all day. And so, but it wasn't affecting her night sleep at all. So I'm like, whatever, if you want to do that, it's fine. But now that she's 6 months, the last week or two, she's really been falling back into more of a nap schedule again, which is great. But it, you know, I thought maybe it would be more of a 2-nap schedule, but she's still very much in a 3-nap schedule. She takes her longest nap in the morning, actually, right around 10:30, 11, and then she takes about a half-hour, 45-minute nap around 2 or 2:30, and then she takes a cat nap again around like 5. And so I'm thinking maybe this next month or two she'll probably phase out that evening nap and just kind of make the afternoon nap a little bit longer. But for now, she still needs that. She still needs that 5 o'clock nap to get her through the evening. Otherwise, she's a little cranky pants.
Otherwise, you're just a little cranky pants, aren't ya? You're just a little cranky pants if we don't have that little nap, huh?
So in terms of physical developments, she, like I said, she's taken off. She's like trying to crawl, but she's also rolling. She also rolls where she wants to go now. It's really funny.
You're going to roll over again. You're just rolling all over the place. That's how you're getting from point A to point B now. You just roll there. And little Miss was trying to, oh, she's trying to crawl. She's trying to crawl. What is that? Oh my goodness. Hi. Yeah, you're just rolling to get places. Oh, it's frustrating. There you go. She's trying. Oh, you're gonna be army crawling soon. Yeah, you're gonna be army crawling soon. What are we gonna do with you? What are we gonna do with you?
Rolls from back to tummy, tummy to back, like nobody's business. I mean, and she will like roll halfway across the room to get where she wants to go now, which is pretty funny. That's definitely earlier than Alex was too. I think that he was like 7 or 8 months before he could roll both ways. So yeah, she is just going to town with the rolling. Occasionally she will like roll over onto her tummy in her sleep and then she can't get herself back. And so usually that's just during daytime sleep that she does that at this point. So it hasn't interrupted her at night too much, but it will wake her up from a nap.
You just been a little roly-poly, huh? You just been a little roly-poly.
And so her personality, gosh, it is just coming out in spades now. She definitely has little preferences for things. Like she knows who mom is now and she wants mom around all the time now. And so it's, you know, we've had a little bit of separation anxiety. Even if I step away from the room for a minute, sometimes she'll freak out a little bit, but as long as she can see me, even if she's being held by somebody else, as long as she can see mom, then she's good to go.
We just have a special little bond, don't we?
I'm gonna have to hurry because little miss is getting fussy here. But anyway, I think her personality is gonna be a little bit more like mine was as a kid. And, you know, she might end up being a little bit more shy and bashful. I was definitely a really bashful little kid. And, you know, she seems a little more reserved. She is starting, you know, to babble quite a bit, but it's very soft-spoken babbling. It's really cute. All right. Put little miss over on the floor because she was getting antsy. She wanted to go move around a little bit. So now she's over sitting on the floor over here. For the most part, she's just really quiet and she just sits there and like looks at everything, takes everything in. So I think that is it for this month. There were lots of things that happened with her. She's doing really well. It's just been so much fun to watch her grow and change so quickly. I feel like it's happening before my eyes this time. Like I said, it's just, it seems to be happening faster this time. Like, oh my gosh, where's my little baby? She's like not even a newborn by far anymore. She's like a full-blown baby now. And so with her own ideas and preferences and little personality, and I just love it. So that's it for her update. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Yeah.